Hey everyone, you're watching Adventure Toys, and today I'm showing off my whole Star Wars Hero Mashers collection. So today, Adventure Toys, I'm going to be showing off my whole collection of Star Wars Hero Mashers, and I'll also be doing an official review. So if you've been watching my channel for the past few months, you've noticed I've opened up and unboxed all of these mashers here, and I've talked about them a little bit, but I want to just give more of an in-depth review on all the things I like and don't like about them. So just to kind of go around here, we have General Grievous, we have Emperor Palpatine, we have Yoda, Kanan Jarrus, we have Bossk, we have Garazeb Orrelios, we have Han Solo from Empire Strikes Back, we have Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker from Empire Strikes Back as well, Jar Jar Binks, Darth Maul, Anakin Skywalker, Kit Fisto, and a Stormtrooper. Now most of these came in single packs except for Yoda and Palpatine, they came together. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, they came in one box, and Boba Fett and Han Solo came in the same box as well. Now overall, I really like the mashers. Now a lot of people hate them, and I really don't think that's fair. Like, I think most people just look at them and then they turn away right away because they're like, oh, these are all like bulky and their proportions are kind of like cartoonish and they don't look super movie accurate. Well, yeah, those things are all correct. Of course they look like that and they don't look super movie accurate, but that's not what they're meant to be. If you want movie accurate toys, go get the other ones. But it doesn't mean that these toys are bad. If you prefer the regular toys, that's fine, but these are not bad. Now, what other people say too, they're like, what's the point of having mashers? I'm never gonna like mix and match the parts, that's just stupid. Well, okay, first off, if you wanna do something silly like put Yoda's arm on General Grievous, what's wrong with that? There's really nothing wrong with that. Sure, it's silly, but why is it stupid? It's not stupid. Now, let me explain to you something else that I did also show in one of my other videos. One of the coolest things about mixing and matching the parts is doing stuff that makes sense, stuff that you see in the movies. So for example, I have Luke Skywalker here, and I also have a Stormtrooper. Okay, well right away we can do something really cool here. So I'm going to take off their heads, and I'm going to make a Stormtrooper Luke Skywalker. So look at this. This is like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars when he disguises himself in a Stormtrooper outfit. This happens in the movie. This is awesome. This is not some weird, stupid mashup. This is just a really cool outfit. So like that's already something cool that you can do with the mashers, and it's not silly. You know what I mean? Also, I have Darth Vader here, and I have Anakin Skywalker. Okay, well, this is kind of cool. We can do something where it looks like Darth Vader has his helmet off and he's Anakin Skywalker. That's awesome. I don't see the problem here. Like, this is really cool. Most people, when they see the mashers, they don't think of this kind of stuff. They just think, oh, this is silly. You're gonna have, like, Yoda's head on Han Solo. Well, yeah, that is a little silly, but this isn't. This is cool. Now, something that is a little more silly, but still awesome. Okay, we got Jar Jar here. We all know that Jar Jar is secretly a Sith Lord, okay? Anyone that annoying is obviously a Sith. Check this out. We have Darth Jar Jar. How cool is that? Okay? You can't possibly tell me that that's not cool, or at least really, really funny. Alright? So this is the kind of stuff you can do. I don't see an issue with that. So, the criticism people have of mashers, I really don't think are fair. I think they need to relax a little, okay? And just give them a try. I think all this stuff here is pretty awesome. You know, Stormtrooper Luke here. Or let's see, this looks like Luke Skywalker just put on a Stormtrooper helmet. Come on, that's awesome. What's wrong with that? Now, another thing about the mashers is that you really have to look at them based on who they're suited for. Like, if you're a Star Wars collector and you're maybe a teenager, or you're in your 20s, or you're like 30 or something, and you just love Star Wars and you loved it since you're a kid and you're a collector, are these toys for you? No, probably not. Why would a collector get mashers? I mean, it's okay if you do get mashers in your collector, like I collect these and I still think the mashers are cool, but really, these toys are really meant for kids to actually play with. And if you look at them from that perspective, they make a lot more sense. They're nice and big and they're durable, and you can just totally have like awesome battles with them without having to worry about breaking them. And also, the way that they kind of look like they're stylized in the same way as some of the Star Wars TV shows like Rebels or Clone Wars, a little more of a cartoony style, and those shows are meant for kids first and foremost. So you can't look at these from the wrong perspective, otherwise they're not going to make sense. It's like someone going to a sushi restaurant and then giving it like the worst review ever when they don't even like sushi. Don't go to that restaurant, you know? It just doesn't make sense. Also, another thing that's really cool about having the mashers, okay, just because the parts can come off and you can exchange them, it doesn't mean you have to use them that way. One really awesome thing that you can do by having the arms being removable is, for example, in like a lightsaber battle, you can make it look like you're chopping someone's arm off. Like, right? Chop his arm off, and then boom, he's got no arm. That's awesome. You can't do that with the regular toys. You can't like chop someone's leg off like this. That's so cool. You can have like stormtrooper battles and stuff. You can get Luke Skywalker to shoot his head off. That's awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some of the things that I don't like about the mashers. They're not perfect. So some of the things I don't like are that some of the joints are really, really stiff. And I think these are actually defects with some of the toys. They're not supposed to be like this. For example, the arm is supposed to move up like this, and it's also supposed to move at the elbow. Like that, see? Now, some of them come so stiff that you can't do that. Like, I would almost have to get pliers to do it, and I'm afraid I'm going to break it. For example, this stormtrooper's right arm, it moves up like this, but I cannot move it at the elbow. As soon as I try to move at the elbow, the arm just falls off. This joint here, this pivot point will not move. So that's definitely something I don't like. And I think it just depends on what box you get. Like, you could get a stormtrooper and it could be totally fine, but the one I got here isn't. Now, another thing I don't like, and this is something that one of my subscribers pointed out as well, and that person is named The Toy Surgeon. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. You are awesome. You comment on a lot of my videos. Now, so one thing that we found is that we're not the biggest fans of the blast effect that is coming out of the gun. Every single gun from the mashers looks like there's a bullet firing out of it. Now, it looks cool sometimes. It's like a cool effect. You could probably take some cool pictures with it, but ultimately, I would prefer if it didn't have it. I would prefer if it wasn't there. I find it kind of distracting, and also sometimes it doesn't allow them to like stand straight with their gun down because their gun's like too long because of the blast thing. So that's one thing I don't like. I think it looks a little cheesy. I guess another thing I don't like that I mentioned in my Yoda video is that this cloak kind of falls off, so that's kind of annoying, but that's pretty much the only things I dislike about them. Overall, I think they're great toys. They're really good for kids. They're really good for people that actually want to play with them. Are they the best for collectors? Probably not. But all this Star Wars masher hate really needs to stop because it doesn't make sense. It's just a bunch of people who are judging them without even looking at them really, without thinking of the possibilities of them, without thinking of who they're made for, and they're just hating them for no reason. So I definitely think they're worth it. If you're looking for some awesome toys to play with, I think they're cool. Even if you do want to collect them and just put them down, I think they still are cool. I mean, look at this display. This is awesome. Now, which one is my favorite? I like a lot of them, but I think my favorite for sure is General Grievous. He's just so awesome looking, and he has all these different parts. Like, this whole piece can come off here, his back arms there. I think it's really awesome. He comes with 4 lightsabers. Like, that is really cool. So I think he's probably my all-time favorite of all the mashers. I really like Darth Maul as well, because Darth Maul is just one of the coolest Star Wars characters ever. So he's really cool. Boba Fett's cool too. I love Yoda. I really like all of them. The ones that probably I don't like as much are Bossk here. I don't really know that much about Bossk as a character, and I think he's kind of weird looking. So I'm not that big on him, but for sure, hands down, I think if I had to choose one, I would choose General Grievous. So anyway, so that's my review of the mashers. If you want to see the unboxings I did of all these individual toys here, and I go more in depth of each one, you should click the link in the top right corner, and that'll take you to my Star Wars video playlist, and that's where you can find all my Star Wars toys, as well as some of the regular toys like the Force Awakens stuff. Also, I still have a bunch of Star Wars videos coming up, so you can press the subscribe button. It's usually found underneath the video, and so when you subscribe, anytime I bring a new Star Wars toy or a video, you get to see it right away. Also, why don't you let me know which of these mashers you think is the coolest? Just write your answer in the comments section below. I'm really interested to hear because there's quite a bit of them, and they're all pretty cool looking. So you're watching Adventure Toys. See you later. May the Force be with you.